All right, here's our video on amphibians. Got a nice little green water here. And we associate amphibians with frogs, right? And we think of frogs as green, but not all frogs are green. In fact, frogs come in so many different colors. But let's just talk about amphibians. So let's look at our first slide here. Do you think a turtle is an amphibian? Why or why not? Look at this turtle. Let's get our pen going. Get blue. Why not? Let's call him Stan. Why not? Call him Stan the turtle as he eats his breakfast. He's eating this giant strawberry that's almost as big as him, right? So is a turtle an amphibian? And I'm sure you know that question, right? But why? Why is it not an amphibian? So let's look at some examples, right? First of all, let's ask ourselves what makes up amphibians? What categories can we make up for amphibians, right? Let's take a look. So obviously, I don't think they're playing golf or reading a book or playing games, right? Or jumping around the playground. So, but what do they do? Here's our bigger question mark. Let's look at one category of what they are. Well, amphibians are cold-blooded. But wait a minute. So Stan. Stan the turtle's cold-blooded. Reptiles are cold-blooded. Fish are cold-blooded. So we can't just say that amphibians are cold-blooded and that's it. So yes, amphibians are cold-blooded. What does that even mean? What are cold-blooded animals? Let's change our pen. Let's use red. So humans, us, in case you're wondering, humans are warm-blooded, right? We regulate our body temperature. So if we're cold, we shiver. If we're too cold, we shiver. And if we're too hot, we sweat. So humans, mammals, right? Your pet cat, your dog Fido, we're warm-blooded. But frogs, amphibians, and reptiles and fish, they're cold-blooded. So they can't regulate their temperature. They need the sun. They need their friend the sun to warm up. Right? Use yellow. Why not create a sun? Bad sun, but good enough. Right? They need this sun shining down on them to warm up their temperature. So, for example, if it's 40 degrees, well, let's use a different color. Right? If it's still got yellow, there we go. Where's that green? There we go. If it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit out, or whatever you want to use, then it's 40 degrees in their internal temperature. If it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit, their internal temperature is what? Guess what? You got it, 20 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So basically, what could happen then if they don't warm up is they could freeze to death. So they need the sun. They can't regulate their body temperature. All right, but that doesn't solve our problem. We're trying to find a whole list of what makes amphibians. So what else can we say about amphibians? So the next is this. What do you think this is? Metamorphosis, right? Let me write that down. What color? What color do you think I'm going to use? Boom, we use that color, right? Metamorphosis. So what do you think metamorphosis, could we fit it in here? And yes, I think we're going to make it. Metamorphosis means to change, right? So butterflies change, right? They go from an egg to a caterpillar, right? And eventually they'll come out as an adult butterfly. So to be an amphibian, you have to go through metamorphosis. So I think we can answer our question because if we go back to Stan, where's Stan? There he is. He's still eating. Stan doesn't go through metamorphosis. Stan's cold-blooded, but doesn't go through metamorphosis. So we just answered our question. Stan's not an amphibian, right? But wait a minute. Butterflies are cold-blooded, and butterflies go through metamorphosis. So are butterflies amphibians? We need something else now. What else can we say that will eliminate the butterflies? Right, and here's our frog. And frog and toad and salamanders, they go through a metamorphosis, right? They start their life in the water, right? As frog eggs or toad eggs or salamander eggs, right? And they become tadpoles and they come out as a frog or a toad or a salamander. So we can eliminate butterflies because they don't begin their life in the water. That's what amphibian means, right? Amphibian is a Greek word. It means a double life, right? So they start their life in the water and then they go on land. And frogs will go in and out of the water. Toads, not so much. So we eliminated the butterfly, but there's something else we can also use. Backbones, right? Frogs, toads, salamanders, they're all amphibians. They have backbones, but insects do not. So insects are cold-blooded, but they don't have backbones. So what is that word for backbone? Change the color. Use green. Right? What is that word? If you have backbones, like we have backbones, we're vertebrates. Vertebrates. Whereas insects are invertebrates. So we have backbones, we're vertebrates. So that's basically it with amphibians. There's more to it, and we'll talk about more of that in class. But that's just a short video on amphibians. All right, so what should we do? Let's put a sticker on. Why don't we do a thumbs up? Put a thumb up there. We'll put a little firecracker or whatever you want to call these. All right, great job.